This is why Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is the worst Call of Duty ever made. What's up, guys? Dylan with That Delta Bravo. I don't smoke and neither should you. And yes, I am doing a video game review. Now, this channel is cars and pew-pews, and I have the 80s pew-pews here, but dragging an 80s car in would just be a little obnoxious. But I am a pretty big gamer. Now, I don't like to have this kind of content on the channel, but I really have to express my view on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War because I have played every Call of Duty since the very beginning, and this one was the absolute worst. Now, I'm not going to focus on the multiplayer, I'm just going to focus on the campaign. I'm a huge storyline guy. That's why games like The Last of Us and Halo hold a near and dear spot in my heart because those stories are amazing. So let's focus on why Call of Duty Cold War Black Ops Cold War is the worst campaign ever. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developers. Sorry, Mac, I had to. Let's start off with the historical and technical inaccuracies. Now, I know it's a video game, and there are also probably a lot of historical and technical inaccuracies, but the two that I saw that were unforgivable had to do with Vietnam and this guy sitting right next to me. Now, I am not an expert on helicopters by any means, but to my knowledge, the Huey that was used in Vietnam had 2 rotors, not 4. In Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the Huey that you get on the 1968 has 4 blades. The iconic whoop 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 sound that came from the Huey was because of the 2 blades on top. Again, to my knowledge, the only time that the Huey got 4 blades was during the Marine H1 upgrade program in the mid-90s. Now, at no point in this game does it take place in the mid-90s, including in Vietnam when in this level was in 1968. The second one has to do with this guy sitting right next to me in its 1980s configuration. That is a 20 pew-pew holder, not 30. I can't say certain things because it'll get demonetized. But in the video game, you clearly have that 20 round, I just said it, 20 round magazine, but it says 30. That is inexcusable. And come on, how do you overlook that? That's 30, that's 20. Really, guys? That aside, let's talk about the campaign itself. Guys, the graphics are pretty cartoonish. However, in the campaign, they actually work out pretty well. I felt very immersed in every environment that I was in. I felt like where I was supposed to be. Multiplayer, totally different story. But in the campaign, it actually worked out pretty well. And that's pretty much where the positives end. The storyline was mediocre and cliche. No spoiler alerts, but you have badass CIA American agents versus badass Russian guys. Oh, wait for it, there's a nuke involved. The dialogue, also pretty cliche. Now, not saying it word for word, but basically at one point it's, I have no other guy available for the mission. You weren't my first choice, but I guess you'll have to do. Sorry. Now, I am a sound guy. I do sound for film, TV, video games, live, corporate voice acting, etc. And guys, the sound was bad. It was a step backwards. It sounded like an action film, which is fine to an extent. Multiplayer, it's horrendous, but the gunshots, the explosions, everything is just thumpy, loud, bass, in-your-face action movie. Okay, for some instances, especially if this game was made in 2005, but after coming off of Modern Warfare where everything was just so expertly crafted, it's a major step back. The campaign was short and sweet as most Call of Duty games are these days. They focus mainly on the multiplayer. I will say the ability to make choices was actually pretty cool. However, your choices for dialogue and interaction were pretty lame. You didn't seem like a CIA special operative. You're asking questions like, oh, do you really think this is a good idea? Oh, I'm nervous. What are your thoughts about me? as far as Call of Duty was concerned, I think it was executed as well as it could be for Call of Duty standards. The multiple ending option was also pretty sweet. The ending that I got, however, had a twist that I saw coming a mile away. Pretty much halfway through the game, I said, you know what? I think blank is going to happen in either one of two ways, and, well, it picked the one of two ways. Now, if you've played Assassin's Creed, follow me on this one, Assassin's Creed, all of them are massive open worlds full of so many side quests and different things that you can do, and it is glitchy as all hell. If you played any Assassin's Creed, you expect the glitches, you expect the funny mistakes, you expect all this stuff to happen because, again, that's what Assassin's Creed is known for, but for being a massive open world game where the possibilities of things you could do is literally endless. I could not get through Odyssey. Way too much to do. Haven't started the new one yet. Call of Duty is one of the most linear games in history, where you have probably a path this big that might have a couple turns to complete your mission. And this was the glitchiest campaign I have ever played in any linear game. Especially, I mean, it was horrendous. And let me just give you one example of how linear this was. Invisible wall. The last invisible wall that I remember is in the Silent Cartographer in Halo, the original Halo Combat Evolved. When you go underwater, if you go far enough, you reach an invisible wall. Invisible wall, really guys? Put something there that you can't step over, or just let yourself go past that, or put that big flashing exclamation point with the skull that says you're gonna die if you keep going any further. Now let's take a look at some of my favorite glitches that happened during the campaign of Call of Duty Cold War. Stop. This melee thing is ridiculous. The very first time I was prompted in the game to use someone as a human shield, it basically said you have to use someone as a human shield. There's a bunch of guys in front of you, so I'm thinking, oh cool, I'm gonna take them as a human shield and I'm gonna start doing this. And then they're gonna be like, no, don't shoot. And then you're gonna have to, put your back toward the wall and make sure you don't get shot. No, I took the guy as a shield, they started shooting at him right away. There's no point in taking anyone as a shield because they're just gonna get shot right away. There's no like stealth or planning or anything involved. So it's pointless. And then anytime I try to stab someone, I'm taking him as a human shield. Now, I don't need anyone absorbing bullets for me in this because this was the easiest campaign I have ever played in a Call of Duty. Now guys, anytime I play Call of Duty or any game, I always play the storyline first before I ever play online, and I always play it on the hardest difficulty level to make sure I get the most out of it as possible. I walked through, it was a breeze. I took a couple bullets, let me sit back and wait. All right, health regen, The only time I had issues was at the very last level, at least for the ending I unlocked, I don't know if there was more, where you're in the damn Jeep and you got the automatic grenade launcher, you're trying to shoot the towers. I must have played that same 30 seconds at least 15, 20 times in a row trying to get past that because I kept dying. But beyond that, this was and I played it on realism, not veteran, realism, which is supposed to be the hardest. It's like, you will not survive, not a chance, ha ha ha. Come on, really guys? I am extremely disappointed with the cross-platform $70 asking price for a game that has this many glitches and feels, plays, looks, and sounds like a game that I purchased in 2005. It's that bad. It was the worst campaign experience I've ever had, the glitchiest campaign experience. This game could have been so good, even with its cliche storyline, if they just would have ironed out the bugs, if they would have actually made it a little bit more challenging. The AI just stands there and waits for you to shoot them. It's bad. That's my review. Guys, I am not a video game channel. I am not going to be making a habit out of doing these reviews. I am a cars and channel. I am a cars and pew pew channel, and I do audio stuff as well on my other channel, Sonas Vita. But I had to get this off my chest, and I figured I'd throw in some props to show that, hey, you know, this channel is still true to its roots. But there you have it, guys. If you want to see more videos like this in the future and my normal stuff, let me know in the comments below, leave me a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And I will see you on the next video.